Welcome, everyone, to another episode of BCN's Beyond the Network. I'm Jeanne Duca, Chief Marketing Officer for BCN, and today I'm thrilled to have as my guest Rick Medeiros, the AVP of North American Sales and Solutions Engineering for Verizon Partner Solutions. That's a mouthful. Welcome, Rick.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Looking forward to the discussion today.
Yes, us too. We've been working together for so long. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show. And I would love to start by just having you tell us what are some of the biggest changes you've seen over the last year or two in your organization, in the partner channel in general?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so it's been a couple of years now, just under a couple of years since I've been in this role, leading partner sales for Verizon Partner Solutions, which is, of course, is our wholesale arm. So yeah, there's been a lot going on. Certainly, it's a very timely question in the sense that what I would say the biggest shift has been more than ever before is, our partners like BCN, right? You're always looking to, bring products and solutions to the market, be that one provider of all solutions for your end users. And traditionally, our partners look to us for connectivity, right? Whether we're talking about fiber or wireless connectivity. But what we've been seeing lately is even going beyond that, looking more towards Verizon Partner Solution for more innovative solutions, right? Whether it's some of our wireless assets that we have out there, the more custom type of solutions. So really, that's what I would say has been the biggest change. Our partners looking to differentiate themselves by bringing different types of solutions beyond just connectivity.
From our perspective, what we see is the customer wanting more and more forms of connectivity and all of those layered services that enhance the network we put together for them. So I think you're right on. And what's coming out that's new for us to look forward to in that space?
Yeah, so there's a lot of solutions out there, right, that we've been front and center with our partners around, whether you're talking about, obviously the 5G rollout that we've been doing, the services that come along with that. Our IoT portfolio is pretty important to our partners to help differentiate them and bring solutions to their customers. Private wireless networking as well is really something that we're having a lot of discussions about. These are all different types of, convergence, right? The fiber network as well as the wireless networks coming together. This is providing new revenue streams for our partners. And once again, as I just mentioned, it's providing that differentiation, right? When you're competing for business, right? We're in a highly competitive environment. The more solutions you can bring to the table to meet your customers' needs, that separates you from your competitors and hopefully allows you to lock down that business and grow, with your customers.
What do you see the role of AI, and especially in the manufacturing space with the increase of AI applications driving a lot of those manufacturing processes? I would imagine that also drives a tremendous need for more powerful wireless networks and some of these facilities that are, impenetrable in many cases or so large that it's hard to service them without that private wireless.
Yes, that's an excellent point. AI is driving a lot of different needs out there in the business, whether you're even on the wireline side, right, the fiber side of the house, needing high bandwidth. We've recently rolled out a solution called AI Connect, which takes advantage of a lot of our assets that we have out there, whether it's the fiber high bandwidth services, dark fiber, wavelength, space and power, right, within our central office, leveraging that real estate footprint for that as well. But specifically for wireless, what we're seeing there is 100% the private wireless networking, what it is able to bring, to your customers and give them an overall better experience and also help some of those business challenges they're looking to solve for. But then even MEC, right? So where you're looking at, that edge compute and you're trying to bring, whether it's applications that require very low latency, it gives you complete control and a much better experience. So these solutions all come together, right? This whole converged environment that we're in right now. They're very powerful solutions standing alone, like 5G, IoT, MEC, private wireless network. But once they all come together, you're solving real business problems that the customers aren't even aware that they have at this point. So it's pretty exciting.
Very exciting. We love at BCN, we've been delving a lot into, especially in our digital content, which you may have seen in our Sunday Tech Trends series that airs every Sunday on LinkedIn. We talk a lot about AI and its impact across different verticals, and whether it's real estate or hospitality or retail. I mean, it's really driving not only the need for, as you said, perhaps a private wireless network for some customers, but the need for that infrastructure and that internet connectivity to be resilient, almost unbreakable. I mean, that's a term that, that we talk a lot about, and the demand for that, and how we're seeing multiple connections needed at every location. And with Verizon Partner Solutions in the portfolio that we offer through you, I mean, we have that opportunity to offer a variety of connection types.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. It goes back to what we were just talking about around that convergence that's happening out there, right? Customers previously were looking for connectivity, for their network needs, but now it's having the right type of connectivity for their needs, right? And multiple flavors of connectivity in parallel, right? And BCN is clearly in a perfect place for this, leveraging our portfolio. The fact that BCN is certainly front and center on new technology, innovation. We work very closely together to open up our entire portfolio of services. And, I really couldn't be more excited with this whole story around convergence, because we do have a full suite of solutions, whether we're talking about our fiber assets or our wireless assets. So it's definitely, we welcome AI and what's happening there. And we're definitely looking forward as it continues to evolve, because it's still very early in this whole AI conversation.
Sure. Yes, it absolutely is. And the more you read about it, the more potential you see, but also the more caution you see on the part of enterprises to adopt it in a smart, organized, controlled manner. And I think that's obviously going to be the key to success for so many businesses, as well as for companies like ours who are providing the infrastructure that these companies need to operate in that way. You also mentioned edge computing, which I think is very interesting. And one of the things we talked about is customers moving away from all of their applications and assets in the cloud and doing more of that hybrid cloud environment where they're bringing some things back, bringing them back home. So what's best to be over here and what's best to keep close, whether it's latency issues. So I love that concept of edge computing as well. And I think that's something that we as a company, BCN, and our salespeople out there working with our partners can continue to bring that message and understand that when we're talking to customers.
Yes, definitely. The whole multi-cloud environment, right? It's so important that, the public MEC approach that we have there, it provides that functionality, that experience. It just enhances what customers need, right, as they're looking to connect into the cloud. And then once you layer AI on top of that as well, the needs around connectivity have never been more and more important. Having the right type, as I mentioned earlier, as well as different flavors.
I mean, we know what we've seen in terms of customer challenges and what they're facing, but what are you seeing from your view of BCN and others like us as your partners? What are we asking you most for? Is it really the things that we've just talked about, the increased infrastructure capabilities, the IoT?
BCN being in the middle is so important to us, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why we have such a close relationship in the sense that you do have the pulse of what is needed, what is going on in that environment. And that's truly the definition of our partnership, right? It's not only are you a customer of ours, but you're a partner of ours, more importantly, which means, we are working together where I'm capturing what it is that you need. And that helps us, right, provide a better experience, whether it's a product or a solution. It could be our platform and our experience that partners like BCN have, which quickly turns around, leveraging, say, our CX platform. It allows BCN and our partners to be able to quickly say, okay, Verizon has availability. Let's say it's connectivity, for instance, has availability at this location. It also has these different flavors of availability.
Mm-hmm.
It provides quoting very quickly. It then allows you to have that all-in-one experience as far as ordering, being able to get service delivery where it needs to be, and just that overall view where you're able to follow the entire process from quoting all the way to the end. So, that's really important, and which is why we have so many events throughout the year to ultimately capture the voice of our partner and understand what's happening out there in the in the market.
Yes, and we always love coming to those events, and I know we love the representation on your customer advisory board and those places where we really can contribute to what's coming next to make sure that it's going to be successful in our ecosystem. But it's always been a special place, and I think in the beginning it was kind of the best kept secret. Right? If you were in the channel, you knew it was great and you loved being there. And now I think the acceptance and the importance of the channel for providers like Verizon has become more and more evident. And I think that makes a huge difference in terms of the respect and the importance that the technology advisor community has within those customers. They have such deep and long relationships with their customers when they bring BCN into those opportunities and allow us to partner with them, and we in turn, can bring you in. It just creates such a strength of community and authority.
But it all goes back to just the investment that makes sense because of you are a trusted part of the market and what your customers are looking for. And, we are honored to be able to work with you and help bring our solutions to the forefront.
Yeah, and we're very appreciative of that. And, this podcast series has given me the opportunity to speak to a lot of different people, and the common thread that comes up, regardless of whether they're technology advisors or partners like Verizon, is the importance of relationships and the trust that exists inside that relationship. I agree. This has been a wonderful conversation, and I would mention that I also know we both live in Massachusetts, which
Yes.
is nice. And I think you've been here for a number of years. You went to UMass and Amherst, which is a fantastic school. And I'm sure that you are well aware of where we are currently standing in all sports these days. So my final question for you is, who do you think has a better chance of getting in the playoffs? The Red Sox or the Patriots?
Well, ideally you would say both, but I think right now we're in a good place with the Red Sox, right? They're right there in the wild card. They got a few games up ahead of a few others, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain they're going to lock it down. We'll see. We're not too far off the Yankees either. Hopefully we can jump over them, but we'll see.
I hope so. So October baseball is in our future. That's what we're going with.
Exactly. We've been missing it for a few years here. So looking forward to get back into October baseball. That's for sure. It's nothing like it.
That's great. Well, thank you again. It's really been wonderful talking with you. As always, we are so appreciative of you, your entire team, and all of the things we do together. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks so much, Rick.
No, thank you as well. We value the partnership, and great talking to you today.